What's up, HMG fam? It's your boy MSG back with a brand new series called Behind the Curtain, reading Vince Russo's Forgiven. That's right, we are going to read Vince Russo's Forgiven chapter by chapter. So if you like what you see here, drop a comment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and it'll let me know that you enjoy this content, and I'll put out some more chapters for you. So sit back and enjoy Vince Russo's Forgiven.
So we got Vince Russo's Forgiven. Chapter 1, The Day I Died. He says, I hate Jeff. All these years thinking he was a, quote, true friend. Who was I kidding? Deep down, he was always a wrestler, never caring about anybody but himself. Who was talking about Jeff Jarrett? You think by now, after being beat up in this godforsaken business for more than 10 years, I would have learned my lesson. But no, for some sick, demented reason, I continue to believe in people. Continue to believe that they are honest, sincere. What a schmuck. Man, I love that guy from our days together in the World Wrestling Federation. I thought Jeff Jarrett was the real thing, a true friend. I should have known that there was no true friends in wrestling, only acquaintances. To think I went to bat for this guy. I put my job on the line for him. I fought JR, Bruce Pritchard, and Vince himself, toe to toe, when they saw nothing in him. And this is what I get? This is what it all comes down to. What's going to happen to my friendship with his wife, Jill, a person who I care about dearly, and those adorable 2 kids? Every year he would send me a Christmas card with Jocelyn and Jacqueline on it, and my heart would melt like a Hershey's kiss left on the car, like a Hershey's kiss left in the car on a summer's day. Well, that's a really descriptive way of saying your heart would melt. Interesting. Man, I love those kids. How could he do this to me? How could he choose this guy over me, a guy who personally attempted to hurt me and my family over nothing more than money, greed, and power? Friendship is more than that. It has to be. This is my rock bottom. My heart, once filled with love, is now hardened with hate. I never thought I would hate my best friend. Never. Not Jeff. He was different. I don't know what else to do. I don't know where else to go. I can't believe for 1 minute that this is it. I spent my entire adult life on a journey to be the best I can possibly be. I forfeit my entire life, my family, my values, and my morals to be labeled the most successful sports entertainment writer in the history of the business, and this is what it comes down to. As I free fall down the mountain, my heart is callous with such pain, such hate, such ugliness. So this is what it's all about. This is the meaning of life. God creates you, and then the joke's on you. Vince Russo continues on in chapter 1. Look at yourself. Look at what you become. Your heart that was once filled with compassion and love is now fired by hate. For 42 years, you've turned your back on me to get to this point in your life. I was always there. I was there from the moment you took your first breath. I was there to take care of you, to guide you, to protect you, to love you. Vince, are you going to listen to me now? I knew that voice. My entire life I had heard it. I just didn't want to listen. Yes, I allowed it to guide me, but I would never completely give in to it. I didn't need it. Subconsciously, I knew that what it was, who it was, and what it wanted to be, but I chose not to listen. Now God was no longer taking no for an answer. The voice that once lay dormant in my heart was now screaming at the top of its lungs. God had been seen and heard enough. At that moment, his spirit transcended from inside my body and blanketed me. I no longer had a choice. He was taking over whether I liked it or not. Following that moment of divine intervention, I was placed in my 99 Jeep Wrangler led to the local church, a place called North Metro that I had never been to before. Once inside the auditorium, I was directed by a bald-headed preacher, a 6'7" former University of Arkansas football player by the name of Mark Henry. That day, in front of a sold-out house, Mark Henry spoke directly to me. As I left the church that day, it was clear. The old Vince was dead, and the new Vince had been born. My entire being was now overflowing with love and forgiveness. My feelings of brotherhood toward my friend Jeff Jarrett were stronger than ever. For this was never about him, but rather me. There wasn't an ounce of hate left in my body, only kindness, understanding, and compassion. From there, God led me to his book, which I ate up on a daily basis. Right there within those pages was the blueprint to follow and the very meaning of life. Growing up, this was only something you heard or read about. usually concerning those who are weak or desperate. But this wasn't Reader's Digest. It was my life, and it was all very real. Suddenly, gaining a life supply of knowledge in a single moment, everything became crystal clear. I couldn't as much as throw half and used toothpick on the ground because I'm now fully understood. This was God's creation. This was God's world. I cried, then I cried some more. If only I'd listened earlier. At that moment, all that mattered to me was no longer important. And that which hadn't seemed important now meant the world, bro. I never looked back, bro. All the glory be to God, bro. I can't say it. It's all those bros. I had those bros.